Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Enjoy the Bounty of Planning with Dr. Tanisha Taylor. So y'all, I want to start off by apologizing if it gets kind of loud in this video. Houston is trying to get back to being Houston again, so there's a lot going on outside. So I apologize for that. If it gets too bad, I'm gonna try and as just a note to self, I will be making sure to edit some of this so that it hopefully won't be too crazy for y'all. But you know, we do the best we can around here. Okay. So, y'all, I am so excited. Last week I was in Dallas for the Alpha Kappa Alpha Boule. It was fabulous. So thank y'all for all of y'all who sent messages about concern for me in this area. I wasn't here. Prayerfully, I came home to minimal damage, so that all worked out. And this week, I got my cloth and paper box. I got my July intention box. So we are going to go ahead and unpack this box today on this video, and I am super excited about it. This is the July intention box from Cloth and Paper. So this is the bibliophile box. Y'all know on this channel, we do a little bit of a setup and use and all that fun stuff too. So we are going to get into it because I am excited. This is the bibliophile box. What makes a scholar happier than a subscription box about books and reading? Nothing. Nothing on this earth. Okay. So here we are. As always, the inside of the box says there is luxury in simplicity. So we are gonna go ahead and just pull out all of the things, and we're gonna put the box to the side. Y'all, since this bag was already split open sideways, we just gonna finish that. All right. Let's move our planner out of the way so we have a little bit more space to work from here. All right, make sure we're all in frame. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let's actually, you know what? Let's look at this first. Oh, she is so beautiful. She is so beautiful. Look at this little, now y'all, we love a chunky planner over here on Enjoy the Bounty of Planning. So our big girl probably isn't gonna fit in here because our big girl is a big girl. And yeah, no, baby, she is not gonna make it. Let's look at and see how we do with, but look at, oh my gosh. Okay, so if you got this, I think this is the color Ristretto, the vegan leather cover that came in, I believe this came in a steep box last year, then this will probably fit. Ooh, yes, and it does. And she does. Oh. Okay, so if you have the Ristretto, she will fit in here because the Ristretto came with, I think, I'd have to go back and look at the video, y'all, because I want to say it came with 1/2-inch silver discs or maybe 1-inch silver discs. And that's what I think that's what I have in here still, is whatever it came with. Yeah, I have the disc size that it came with. So I'd have to double check and look these up. I feel like these are they're either 1/2-inch or 1-inch. I'll have to double check and look it up for y'all. But she will fit in here. Let's see. I have the, which is this? This is the heirloom leather, the gray one. I'll look it up to see what color this is because I've already forgotten. Let's see. And mine has the Espana notebook inside. And so, yes, so she will fit in here. And then let's see. So it's going to be anything that is on a smaller set of discs or as a smaller notebook. This is the cactus leather in Valley from the Conscious collection. And let's take out these extra papers. They're going to make that a little tall. And I have this on. These are the smallest discs from Notique. I think these are on 3/4 inch. I will check, y'all. I have it marked in my budget video that I just did for that. So she will fit in there. So if you are, like I said, if you're using 1 inch or less discs, or you've got a notebook and you're using whatchamacallit discs, one inch or less discs, or you're using a Espana notebook with a cover, she will fit in here. All right, so these are all things that'll work. I am in love with this. On the back, you have cloth and paper embossed on the back. You have this gorgeous little fastener that's gonna hold it down. This is so beautiful. Such a gorgeous compliment. Look at that colorway of that gray vegan sort of leather material with that cactus plant-based leather material. Look at that. That is so beautiful. It looks gorgeous with it. Like that's a gorgeous match. Now this is over a year old, so it's got that kind of patina and that use. What I do like about these vegan leather products is they do kind of patina up a little bit. They get a flexibility, a use to them just like genuine leather, which is really lovely. And then we have the genuine leather from the heirloom collection, which just look at how beautiful that is. If you love a good matching situation, this is going to be gorgeous. So I am super excited about this, to be able to use it as a cover to cover those notebooks. In case you were wondering, your Intentions notebook will also fit in here, I am sure, because those other ones did. So I think this will fit no problem. Yes. And this is a lot less snug with this Intentions notebook. So you could get a couple of like other things in there if you wanted to get like some other stickers and things in there. You'd have a little bit more room to fit some additional stuff, which could be really nice if that is something you wanted to be able to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little stack back. All right, so we have that. Let's take a look at our writing tools. So here we have a set of 2 pens, and it says we have a black drawing pen in 0.5 and a dual color highlighter. Ooh, and we love a mild liner highlighter. Love, love, love. Uh-oh, what's going on here, friends? Is this y'all, do we need directions to work the highlighter? What's happening? Okay, let me grab my, because I very much feel like I need a tutorial. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's right. This is a dual color highlighter. Okay, that's cute. Okay, and then is it just... Okay, it must just be one-sided then? Yeah, a single edge, mild pink, mild liner mix. Okay, that's cute. And then we have the Uni Pen Fine Line Water and Fade Proof Pigment Ink. Ooh, that is nice and thick. That is nice and thick. Okay, wait, is this... Because you're saying you're waterproof and fade proof, so does that mean you're suitable for transparent stuff? Ooh, no, that is not what that means. Not at all. This is not designed to go on transparent stuff. So do not do that. That is not, nope, not for that. Okay, let's go ahead and write in. This is the Uni Pen. And it is a 0.05. It is a fine line. And it is the ink type. It just says pigment ink, so we're just gonna write that. It is very dark. It's a very saturated black ink, which if you like a nice, good, saturated, like a nice, juicy black ink, you're gonna love this pen. And it doesn't seem like it really bleeds through or anything, which is awesome. So, yay. Okay, and then this one is the mild liner. Oops. If only I could spell, y'all. Okay, let's use a little white out and clean that up. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so mild liner mix. Does it say what the nib size is on here? The nib type is a highlighter. And then it's gonna be mild pink, right? Is that what it said? No, mild ink. In the color Fuchsia Rose. Okay. So I just wrote the color where you would normally write the size. But that's kind of cute. All right, that's cute. So those are our two pens for this set. Now I normally open this journaling card set last, but I'm gonna go ahead and open this first. So we have our member access card, and then we have our monthly reflections. Now I am really excited about this journaling card. I cannot wait to put that in my planner. But let's look at this monthly reflection card first. Ooh, that is gorgeous. So that says bibliophile. And then down here, it says reading the same book unlocks new discoveries. Are you digging deeper into the story or uncovering something new about yourself? I love that. Yay! So we will definitely be adding this to our planner this month. This journaling card will also definitely be adding. I am really excited about this. I've been seeing this in people's posts and things, and I'm really excited about this. I thought people were like highlighting this, but it actually comes that way. And so here it says author, and then it says Baldwin, comma, James, and the title, it says The Fire Next Time. And then just like an old school library checkout sort of label that you might have had in the front of a book, or that might have at your school or public library. It says date, borrower's name, returned. And then here it says, it actually repeats. The smaller text repeats what this bolder text says. So it says, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. And that's what this says in this smaller text here in all three of these areas. I love this. This is gorgeous. And then down here, it does say CP, and then it's blank on the back. For my texture people, this is a thicker card. It is not completely smooth. It has a tooth to it, this paper, and you can feel that little bit of texturing when you touch it. But I just love this. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Cannot wait. Okay, next thing we have, which is something else I'm really excited about. This is, oh, yep, this is that bookmark. Y'all, look at how cute this is. Look at how cute this is. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. All right. Next up, we have the, oh, this is nice. This little vellum envelope that these are in, this is nice. This vellum envelope is a nice, thick kind of vellum. If you wanted to, I could see keeping this one to store these in if you're not going to use them, or if you're going to re-gift them to someone. I would actually hang on to this for that reason. It doesn't tell you necessarily what's in it, although I imagine this barcode probably does match this product. But the envelope itself doesn't say what was in it. So if you wanted to re-gift this to someone, or even if you wanted to kind of spruce up the gifting of another set of cloth and paper sticky notes that are about the same size as this, I could see using this for that purpose. So that might be worth hanging on to for that reason. Now, y'all, these library page flags, these are giving. These are giving. This colorway, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. So we have never gotten anything like this before. These are transparent. There's 50 sheets on each one, and they are 1 1/4 by 1 inch. And let's see if, what did I just do with it? The card that tells us what's inside. Here it is. Oops, and it's upside down. There we go. Let's see. Do we know what color these are? We don't. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, it says it's reminiscent of rich mahogany, walnut, and the pages of an old book. Our library page flags can be used to highlight text, bookmark pages, or add extra notes. So this is really pretty. This first color here is kind of a really pretty sort of green color at the top. The white part at the bottom is fully transparent. As a matter of fact, if I put this over here, you can actually see this upper area is transparent as well. You can see right through that. So I really like that. I think that's pretty cool. We'll just put that on the back. And then we have, oh yeah, so this sort of lighter color puts me in mind of the Ibiza color that Cloth and Paper does. It's a little bit darker than that. It's a little bit darker than the nude, a little bit darker than the Ibiza. But it kind of puts you in mind of that colorway. And just to kind of show you, because I think I still have, I have the old Ibiza color ones, I think. Yeah, so like this color here puts me in mind of that Mademoiselle. Look at the match on that. So if you have the Mademoiselle dots, your old dots, this is the old way that the dots used to come, then this one, I think I'm actually going to write on that and say Mademoiselle. And this one, I really am thinking this is, yeah, it's not oat milk. Oat milk was really light. Is it nude? So this is the nude. I think this is the Ibiza. I used to use so many dots and I haven't in forever. But this is gonna, it's not fawn. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit closer to the Ibiza. So again, if you have the old dots from Cloth and Paper, or even if you have the new current way that dots are done, which now the current way that dots are done from Cloth and Paper is on these clear sheets like this. So this is the current way they're done. Don't think I have, oh wait, yes I do. I was gonna say, I don't think I have any Ibiza currently, but I do. So the new transparent, that's sort of, yeah, it's still closest to Ibiza. I think the next closest one might be Saddle, but I don't know if I have, like this is the nude and it's clearly not nude because the nude is darker than this. And I don't think I have any Saddle colored dots or drops to compare it to, because that's not really a color. I feel like that's not really a color I ever got into. So yeah, I think Ibiza, but I still think Ibiza is the closest color. Although, y'all, if you have Saddle, compare it to the Saddle and let me know in the comments if you think it's more Saddle or more Ibiza. I'm gonna say Ibiza. Not just because that's the color I have, but because I think that it genuinely is closest to that. Let me actually just, and I have fawn as well, and it's definitely not fawn. Like fawn is much, much lighter. Let's just double check. Yeah, and those are all orchid. It's definitely not linen. Linen actually leans a little bit more pink. But yeah, if you have the new or the old Ibiza dot sheets, that's really what you're going to be put in mind of with these. All right. So let's go ahead and let me grab just need a Sharpie so I can write on here. So this is going to be, and now I'm scared, but I can't spell. Because y'all know I can't really spell in front of y'all like that. For some really weird reason. Okay, so that's Ibiza. The other one is definitely Mademoiselle. And then this green, this kind of sagey color, I actually don't think I have that in the old sticker pages. I think what I have that's kind of like that is in the new sticker pages. And I'm trying to think like what that green is like. Because it's definitely not like the green that I have is pistachio. And I know it's not that. Okay, is this green kind of like this green from the Hustle set? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's close to that. That is very close to that. Almost exactly. Okay, so what I'm going to say is green from the Hustle set. Now, to be honest, I can't remember what that color is or if it was sold independently of the Hustle set. I feel like it wasn't. Let's just keep flipping to see. I truly feel like that was not sold individually. But let's see. Kyoto. Oh, it's actually kind of close to that color too. This seems a little greener than this though. Yeah, this is a little greener. Okay, that's the nude. Whoops. I do have some other ones of these that I still need to punch too. But I have to tell you, punching all of my dot stickers and spotlight stickers and putting them on these big 2-inch discs, best decision ever. Okay, and the pistachio is much brighter. So, such a good idea. Punch your stickers, put them on some discs. It makes them really easy to find and to use, which is great. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go with, I think I'm just gonna leave it. I think the green from that Hustle set is the best one. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at our time blocks and see. I think the matcha is a little light. The verde, still not quite. Let's see. And I know it's definitely not pistachio. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm going to stick with that green from the Hustle set. I think is the closest. The next closest one I think might be the verde, but it's still not quite. So that's kind of where we are with that. Okay, let's put these back. These are some of those, like I said, I still need to punch. So I can put those on that set of discs, or probably really honestly need to put them on a new set of discs because yeah. All right. Okay, so that's the colorway I think that we're working with here. And that is, I'm really excited about this. That's really beautiful. And then we have our September tint calendar, which I will put away and hold on to for later. So let's keep going through what we have here because we have so many goodies. Now, the thing that I love about this new packaging, which I'm just going to rip it open, is if you were being careful with this, you could open, because there is a little thing here for you to pull open. I just didn't feel like being careful with it. But if you wanted to do that so that you could repackage or re-gift the whole thing, you could actually do that. Or if you just looked at what's on the inside card, you could actually figure out what maybe you want to keep and what you want to give away. I want to keep all of this, but you know. So this sticky notepad that says read, I am really into this. This says title, author, start date, end date, and then CP, and then down here it says love takes off masks that we fear we cannot live without and know we cannot live within. And it's a quote from James Baldwin. I absolutely love, 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 love. Now, I'm really quickly looking in my my little stuff right in front of me, because I thought I had last year's bibliophile sticky notes like right here, so I could show like what last year's looked like versus what this year's look like. Oh, I know where I have some. They are in my reading notebook, I think. I say with the really high-pitched voice because maybe they're not. Oh, no, maybe they're not. Okay, no, they're not. I thought maybe they were, but they're not. No worries. So they're longer than this. Oh, here they are. Here they are, here they are, here they are. So this is what the bibliophile notebook was, sticky notepad was last time. So it's longer, great for sticking in a book, for being able to keep track of notes. This one was more like notes for a single book. The current one, what I like about this one, is more of a reading log. And so, especially for those professors out there, you know, it's mid-July right now, and this is the time of year I know we tend to do a lot of writing and reading in preparation for the fall term. And especially if we're making any course adjustments, we may be reading new articles and things in order to prep for those course adjustments. If you're dissertating, you're gearing up to write your dissertation or your thesis, this might be really great. Or you're gearing up to take comprehensive exams, I could see this being a really useful little sticky note to be able to track your reading if you're not going to have like a whole research notebook like what I set up. And I think I've shown you all this in the past. But if you're not going to do something like this, which is, this is a lot going on, but maybe you want to start off like just basic with just using an Espana notebook in whatever type that you want to use, and then use just some sticky notes to kind of get yourself started. I could really see pairing, if I was just starting off, I would pair these sticky notes with just a regular notebook and get started with whatever research project I was working on, and let that be that, right? Especially if you didn't get the inserts before or whatever, this with a notebook is plenty, right? So, you know, because really often reading and research is just about finding the tools that can help you get started. And then you can refine and add as you go, but starting is so important. So just start with what you can start with, right? So this I'm also really excited about. This is the Left Bound Annotated Notepad, which I'm also just going to rip right out of here because I'm not giving it to nobody else. I'm keeping this. And look at how beautifully paired this bookmark is with this notepad. This is gorgeous. It just says Notate here, and then you have the CP logo. This is really soft and lovely for my tactile people. This is a soft and lovely sort of new book suede kind of feel. It is absolutely gorgeous on this nice thick backing. This, y'all, is a vellum paper. Look at that. It tears right off, such a smooth tear. Look at how beautifully see-through that vellum is. Is that not gorgeous? Is that not gorgeous? Now, if you are highlighting in a book that does not belong to you, you have borrowed a book from your favorite professor, Dr. Taylor. Please don't write in Dr. Taylor's books. If you borrow Dr. Taylor's books, also give Dr. Taylor her books back. I tell you what, I actually have books. Now, I feel like it's low grade fare because I have books from faculty members and I know students have books from me. I let a student borrow my copy of In the Name of Hawaiians by Rona Halualani. And that book has been all over the South Pacific because I had a student who was Hawaiian, had never read a Hawaiian scholar before. I let him borrow my book and he let his cousin borrow it. His cousin let another cousin borrow it. Then a sister, then a brother, then another cousin. I haven't seen that book since. I let that student borrow that book in 2010 and it has been gone. One day I'm gonna make sure I buy another one because Dr. Halualani was one of my professors and I love her. And it's such a good book. But let me grab just a book that's nearby. So look at how beautiful these vellum papers are. Now, if you're highlighting something in a book, this is going to allow you this is the way I would use this. I would use it this way because it's gonna stick out a little bit, right? And what I would do is I would, especially again, if this is a library book, right? I'm gonna use this to highlight, right over when I need to highlight. Because again, this is not my book, right? And then I'm going to use my Sharpie to write, maybe to make my notes. And because I'm highlighting something that's not my book, right? And I'm going to be writing additional notes, maybe down the side, or maybe just right across the top of this. Somewhere on here, I am going to want to include some kind of bibliographic information so that I will know where these permanent written notes come from. So what I would do is I would write the bibliographic information at the bottom of the page. So let me just double check what I picked up. So this is Du Bois, W-E-B. What year is this? This is a reprint of the 1903 edition, but this one was in 2003. And this is the Negro Church. Now, because I'm not holding this to the side, I'm just gonna write the title and underline it. Now, me personally, because these are notes that are in the book, I am not going to put any additional information. I'm just gonna do the author, the year, and the name of the book. And that's all I would do personally with something like this in order to have my notes on the bottom of the page so that I would know what was written here and what that pertained to. Now, what I would also do at the top here, because this part sticks out, I would actually go here to the part that's going to stick out and put a 33 here, P33, that tells me that this is from page 33, and that when the book is closed, I know that that's where that note is going to. So that is how I would use these. If I was using these to highlight a book, whether it's a book that belongs to me, but especially if it's a book that does not belong to me, I would use these for that purpose, because then I can go ahead and highlight like I would normally highlight, write my notes like I would normally do. And it's okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this with me and leave these notes alone. Now, the other thing that I would do is, because I take paper notes, but I also do digital notes. So I have Evernote, but I also have a couple of different softwares for note taking. I have Notable as well. I would actually, especially if this is a library book that I have to give back, I would also take a picture of this and put it in my Evernote or in my Notable, so that I would have this as a picture, so that I can have this highlighting as well. And so that's what I would do to be able to keep track of that, so that when I take this out and give this book back to the library, I have a copy of what the page looked like with my highlighting, right? So I could see that. So that's how I would use these vellum noted sheets in a book that I was reading. Like I said, especially a book that doesn't belong to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my iPad right now, and I'm going to show y'all how I would do that. So let me, if it'll let me. Okay, so I'm sorry, I said Notable. I don't have Notable anymore. I have Good Notes. And I also have, so I have Good Notes and I have Evernote. So I'm actually going to show you what this looks like in Evernote. So I'm going to go ahead and move my note to my reading notes, research and reading notes. And because I don't have a particular project that this is going to, I'm just going to stick it here. And then I'm going to go to camera. And I am going to, oops. I'm going to let it take a picture of the cover. And then I'm going to take a picture of the inside. And this is probably not going to go easy because there's so much other stuff around. So what I'm going to do is just take this out of the case so that I can hold it more easily. And we're going to, oops, hopefully get it to go right. What I need is a little bit more weight on that side. There we go. So that can hold down, and then I can take a picture. There we go. And we're going to hit save. All right, and then that gives us our two pictures. And look at that. So I see this picture. I would probably want to change that, because I see what it did is it tried to scan it for a PDF. So, but you guys can get the idea. So I would actually take this again and turn off the auto so it won't try to scan this as readable text, so that it doesn't I lost the focus on this side of that page. But you can see how that would basically work and allow you to be able to have what you need there. So that's what I would do. Love this. So whether you use Evernote or GoodNote, that's one way that you could use the combination of these vellums with your highlighter and your Sharpie to be able to write on these. You know what? Let's take these out and see if we can use. Whoops. Almost forgot our other tea. Okay. You can use this on this vellum. As we can see, it did not pass the smear test. It does need a few seconds to dry because you could see that top part was dry already, but as soon as I was done writing, the bottom part wasn't, so it did smear. Versus if we use a Sharpie, the Sharpie is dry right away. Okay, so it sort of depends on what you're into. If you're willing to give it a few seconds to dry, then this pen that we receive, this uni pen, will work, and it will also be a darker ink for you versus this fine liner Sharpie. But I think let's test. Yes, so this uni pen, that is the oil-based marking pen. This one is also going to work for you. In this one, this uni pen, you can also purchase on the Cloth and Paper website, and that will work just fine on this vellum paper as well. So you have options. You definitely have options. All right, so we have our last items to open before we do a full setup. And y'all, I'm looking at all of the sneaks for July. This dashboard, y'all, I have been excited about this silver writing here using the word art and the word answers in this silver. This is not, at first I thought this was like squiggly lines. No, it actually says the word that's written over it. This is slightly embossed. It's not a heavy, hard, imprinted embossing, but if you turn it over, you can see that that is embossed text. This is going to be a white with black ink, and it says the purpose of art is to lay bare the questions that have been hidden by the answers. And this is a quote by James Baldwin from 1962. So it says James Baldwin, 1962, and then it says Cloth and Paper, and then down here it says art in its various forms often seeks to unveil the complexities of life and human experience. Instead of providing simple, definitive answers, it raises questions that challenge our understanding and perceptions. Baldwin is saying that art serves to reveal and explore the deeper, often overlooked questions of life and human experience. Questions that may have been overshadowed or obscured by simplistic or widely accepted answers. I love that, especially because as the bibliophile sort of theme, and this to be the dashboard for that, I just absolutely love that. I cannot wait to stick this in my planner. That is going inside the planner. I am so excited. So here we have, and I get the half letter size. So these are the bibliophile inserts for the half letter. And this says on the back, it is the Bibliophile second edition. So here okay, I'm liking this. The to read on this one, the line is so much wider and so much more space between the lines. It was so tiny before. I love this. Okay, so you have to read on both sides. Then your reading log. Okay, and here we have 6 spaces. So we have a thicker space, a smaller space, several line spaces. I could see putting your title up here, your information here, and then some additional citation information that you might need, especially if you're using this as an academic. This is a good amount of space to be able to write in all of your source citation. if you have, like, I have a Canon Ivy, I could see taking a picture of a cover and putting that picture here, because the Canon Ivy, the photos are on sticker paper. So that could be really cute. We have 15 sheets of the reading log. That's awesome. Okay. And then we do have an example of how to use it. So they are suggesting that for the reading log, you actually put the dates at the top. So this is going to be the week, I'm guessing. So the week of July 2nd through the 8th, Blood Child and Other Stories by Octavia Butler, 5 stars, and then some notes about this, right? If that's how you want to use it. Oh, these are all really great titles too. I'm trying to look and see if there are any of these I have not read. This is the only one I have not read. I'm gonna go read that. The first person singular, I've never read that. I've read Blood Child and Other Stories, 100 Years of Solitude. I read, I think, in graduate school. Or very not long after, maybe while I was working my first PhD or my first tenure track job. And then Giovanni's Room I've read, Beloved I've read more than once, Go Tell on the Mountain I've read more than once. So I might actually go back and reread that book. Yeah. But this book I've never read before, so I would want to read that. I love that it gives me a suggestion of, like, by looking at it, I'm like, oh, things I've never read before. And then on the to be read list, hold on, is that what that said? Oh, that said to be read. I don't know why I read that as reading log. Friends, why didn't y'all say something? On the to be read list, so you're using it and then you can date it, is how they're using it, where you would be able to create like a reading plan. Now, if you got the academic planner for 24-25, I could actually see using this, pairing this with the academic planner, executive notes inserts, and this to be able to help you really put together a really nice study guide, whether you're an undergraduate, a graduate student, or an early career scholar that's trying to get their research agenda on tap. If you're someone who's a mid-career scholar or even a post-tenure scholar, if your university has post-tenure review and you have to make sure that you're continuing to produce scholarly work for post-tenure review, I could see using this to really help with that, especially because this second edition of the Bibliophile is really more of a log than it is a way to keep reading notes necessarily. So I am going to go ahead, we're going to go ahead and put this in our planner and set this up a little bit, because y'all know we do a little bit of a setup on this channel. And I use the Bibliophile system right now. So I love that this one had a reading log of how you were reading. You can see I've pretty much filled mine in. I have a lot that I filled in for 2023. I need to go back in and fill in my 2024 books. I use this to log, and I kind of mixed my log of my nonfiction and my fiction books. I just did it as one great big running list because for me that was fine. I am not bothered by that. But if you like to have two separate lists, you could definitely do that. Now, I ended up really not using the monthly log sheets. I just didn't use them. I have them. Obviously, I have two sets, but I didn't, because I have two sets of Bibliophile. You can actually get the first version of the Bibliophile bundle on their website, but I just didn't use those. So I think what I'm gonna do is the monthly log. Like where I have the monthly log is actually where I'm also going to put in the to be read sheet. And I'm just going to put it right in the front here. And then the book log. So the reading log, the book log in the first version, I actually really like this. As you can see, I used it. Now this is the notes page. And that's what I use for extra notes after I had already used up everything for the book log. This is the book Disordered Cosmos. And I'm actually not sure why I didn't write on here first. I don't know. And then I have a few notes for the book Black Jacobins. That's what I want to do. Because I'm thinking that I'm going to stick these. Actually, I might just leave them. I think I'm just going to leave them. So the reason why I had these journey jotters in here is because I was going to use these to kind of track projects of like journal articles that I'm writing, and use this the way that I use my research project spreadsheet. And I was going to transfer that onto this as I'm moving through projects. But I could also see something similar working with the reading log as well, where I'm just putting in on the reading log. What I would do is just write down, because you can do really 12 citations on a page, is I would, instead of using this for dates by dates, I would use this by project. And those top books that I wanted to use, journal articles that I wanted to use to cite, I would organize them on one of these sheets. So I might do like my top 3 theories, my method articles, and then my data articles or my analysis articles that I'm going to use. I would record all of those on one sheet so that I would have all of the top citations that I want to use for each article that I'm writing. And I think that's how I want to use these reading logs. And so what I'm thinking I may do is use it where I have my reading log and then I have my project log on these, using these sheets to do the project log, and then these reading log sheets to do the readings. Because, even though when we cite articles, you might cite 24 articles or 36 articles for a single article that you're writing. I know, at least for me, I have my primary sources that I'm using, which I'm not using that the same way, that term the same way that like historians use the term primary sources. So my sort of, and I don't want to use first tier. It really is primary. Like the top sources that I'm using, the ones that I rely on the most. And then I have my secondary or supportive. So like my main point citations and then my supporting point citations. And so I think that using this reading log kind of in that vein would help to organize projects in a different way that I'm actually very excited about. So what I am finding also, y'all, is the way that I've been using this notebook has really been more to have a reading log that I can have like a running log of what I've been reading. But then when it comes to the book log, this is where I'm putting those notes sort of as I'm reading. But when I'm starting to put things in on a project, I'm really finding that I am pulling the things out when I'm ready to put them on a project. I'm pulling those things out and putting them in the research section of my main planner that I'm carrying around with me. And that's kind of where, as projects are getting developed, they're going in here and I'm working them until the project is done. And then I'm putting them in my storage rings. And so it does seem that I'm kind of heading back towards keeping a research section again. And so, which is in this section here. In the project section, I'm really leaned toward keeping my project notes for things that are upcoming. And so if that's something that you would kind of be interested in seeing how I'm going to use these, because I do have an article that I'm going to be starting to work on in the next several days that's actually not due until November. But I'm going to start using the bibliophile things to start getting those projects together, which I am super excited about. So let's go ahead and we have our new cover. So I am going to, I love this Marginalia cover and I am not ready to give her up. So let's see. Do I want that there? Y'all, I think I'm kind of into that. Let's see what we think. Okay. I'm kind of into that. I'm kind of into that. Okay, I'm gonna take this Marginalia. I love this, so it's not going far. And we're gonna take this out and we're gonna put this behind the overview. And we're gonna take out, you know what? I'm actually gonna take out the latitude. We're gonna put latitude away. And we're gonna put bibliophile. You know what? We're gonna take the little protective stuff off of here. Because I just love that high shine. So we're gonna just throw that away. Now, I think I've said this before in my other videos. I like to put the envelope directly behind it in the card slot because it gives some continuity to the back, but then it just leaves it so you can see it, right? Now, what I really need to do is get in here with like some glass cleaner to clean off all of the little fingerprints and stuff a little bit, clean this up a little bit, but we're gonna do that. We'll wait and do that off camera later. But I love this. That looks so pretty. Okay, now I remember one of these sections doesn't have a cover. It's this one. So we're going to put this Marginalia in this section. And that way the the note section will have, and I love that for the note section. I think that's great. And then I have this, but being remembered quote dashboard. I think this one was from last month, from June. And then this Marginalia one was last year, October, I believe. And then This one is a vellum I printed out for the center, and then this portraits dashboard was from a couple of years ago. So I think, yes. And then this is the rhythms dashboard that we just got. I think in May or June. And then this is the new logo file that we received from this year. And then my, ooh, I really like how that looks. Ooh, that is giving. And then the new purpose of art behind this fluted dashboard. Loving that. All right. Now we have this, and I'm using the square clear photo corners to hold these journaling cards on here, but these aren't spaced correctly for this particular one. This needs the whole thing. Oh, but y'all. Oh, but y'all. Okay, that's perfect. Where are my squares? Where are my photo corners? Because I'm going to need my photo corners to hold these down. Here we go. And I think I still want to use clear ones. Because I just think that's going to look prettier with clear ones. Okay. And what I like to do is kind of preset the corners onto the journaling card and then stick it down to the thing I'm sticking it down to. So the thing that I'm sticking it down to is the editor's note vellum that we got from Cloth and Paper, where we were supposed to put our word of the year on, which I never did. I found that this just worked as a really beautiful way to be able to hold journaling cards down and give myself enough height to put in the front pocket of my Notique planner. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. The other reason why I love this, y'all, is because look at that. Like, just if you want to just have something a little different, just there you go. Boom. I absolutely love that. That makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put these photo corners back. I am thrilled. This fills me with so much joy. I can't even tell you. All right, let's try and put all the things away, because I feel like I have all the things out. Okay. Oh, and then I did want to use this. Now I'm going to see how I feel about this for right now. Ooh, okay. I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that. I'm already not really feeling that, because that's covering up. Yeah, and it's going to cover up note paper there. Let's see. I do like how it sticks out though. That definitely gets you to where you want to go faster. I'm just not 100% sure about that. This might be a bookmark for an actual book instead of a bookmark in my planner. And that's just because I'm using, this is the academic planner layout. That's what I'm using right now for my weekly. And the way that this comes in on this page, that just covers up my whole priorities list for Monday, and that doesn't really work for me. But, and I don't use right now in my center calendar, I'm only using monthlies. So it really wouldn't have a place there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna plan to use this as just a standard bookmark in a book. And that's how I'm gonna end up using that, I think. And we will just keep using a regular, like a paper clip or something. And actually, now that I think about it, I think I'm past all of this. So I can kind of clip all of this together so that I can flip, when I flip it open, I flip directly to the page I need to be on. Oh, but I don't like how that buckles now. I remember why that wasn't like that. Because I don't like how that buckles those pages. Okay, there we go. Boop. All right. Yay. Okay, let's go ahead and put that back there because that's where that goes. And we can close this up. All right, y'all. We had a whole big sort of setup walkthrough. We were super uber detailed with all of the things today. And so this is last month's. So we kind of went through a lot. We went through the whole setup of everything. So we went ahead and put into our planner the purpose of art dashboard, the bibliophile items, the library journaling card, the reflection card, the bibliophile reflection card automatically went into our planner to start being used. We have our library page flags and our vellum notes, which we are excited to be using this pad because we will be reading some books that belong to the library. I could also see this, y'all. I also do a lot of archival research for some of the big data projects that I'm working on. I could see these being really useful for reading archival books, those books that they don't let you check out because they are part of special collections. I could see this being useful for that if it's a book that they'll let you bring a pen in with. If it's not, if it's a book you can only bring a pencil in with, let's actually see how this works. Oh, I guess I could have just used this one, but whenever it's done now. We need a pencil. So we got our trusty mechanical pencil, and we want to okay. Well, it definitely writes with pencil. Now, a pencil will smudge a little bit, but it will write on here. And so we could definitely use these if you had to use a pencil because you're working in special collections and archives and you can't use a pen. You could use a pencil on this. If you can use a pencil and your camera phone to take pictures of pages with no flash, to be able to put the pictures of pages in your Evernote or GoodNote or Notable or whatever you're using to take notes. I could see using this pad with your mechanical pencil and then being able to maybe go over those notes later with your flying tip pen so that your notes will stay a little bit more permanent, right? So that you would be able to keep a more permanent set of notes. Again, just give this a few moments to dry so that it won't smudge, right? So we get no smudging if we give this a few moments to dry. Okay. So that is it for the bibliophile. We got a lot of amazing items. I hope you enjoy the bounty of your plans with these items, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.